Okay, so I've been playing around with some soap dough, making some little planty bits to go on some Aussie themed soap, and here's the story so far. So I've got my little Banksias there, wattle, gum leaves and gum nuts, and I'm just here doing the Victorian floral emblem, the Common Heath Epacris impressa, and that's the one I'm working on at the moment. So I'm just going to show a little bit of how I've done that. The soap dough I made over a week ago, so it's quite fine to use with bare hands. Trying to work it with gloves is practically impossible, so it's best to leave it until it's fairly well cured to use it. So I'm just going to roll out and I've ended up making those other ones basically out of squares. This is very sticky still, this dough, so it's a bit of a pain to work with, but I'm getting there. There we go. So I've got this mug which has the Common Heath on it, which I've been using as my model. So we start off with this little square, roll it into a tube, just dampen that edge so it sticks. Make one end a little bit pointy, but doesn't want to be a tube. I've got these groovy tools. They're polymer clay tools, but they are great for this. Alright, now we're meant to have 5 petals, and 4 is easy to eyeball, 5 not so much. There we go, that seems to have worked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, yeah, good job. Let's just turn this one here into 5. It's the widest. There we go. And I'll just take the edges off so that instead of being straight, it's got a bit of a petal shape. Hopefully I'm not huffing and puffing too much. There's a cat at the door. When my knife gets a bit messy, I'll just wipe it off. I'm very, let's say, vigilant about not letting my soap dough get too dry, because once it's too dry, it's gone. While it's still a bit sticky and a bit annoying, you've got plenty of time. I have got the bits I'm not using just sitting over here out in the open, unwrapped on their glad wrap but not in it, so that they can dry out a little bit, and I'm sure it'll, just as I get down to the last little bit, it'll get to the perfect consistency, but that's okay. It's my first batch, so it's trial and error. Alright, so there's our petals, which I won't open all the way out. I'll wait until it's made completely. Alright, and then, and I should know what these are called, but I don't, the little leaves around the bottom of the flower. Have I got enough? Let's see. Should be. And it's stuck because I didn't put my cornflower down. That'll learn me. How thick do I want those? There. And then with this I just sort of thin out my edge there. This is going to be a bit tacky. Getting a bit muddy, it's picking up bits of the pink, which is not ideal. They might be sepals, these bits. I'm going to have to look it up now. Sepals. And I just wet that a tiny bit and wrap that around, and then kind of pinch it. Okay, there we go. Fold my petals out. There we go. And then I'm just going to make, already almost made, some little leaves to attach. As you can see, it's got these sort of rosemary leaf, little pointy leaves along the stem. So just to add a bit of another dimension, even though they don't really go where I'm putting them. Draw that out to a rose. Oh, busted. Luckily I've got a spare. Okay. And attach. Those there, just kind of squish them on. And there we go. So when these go on, they'll be sort of sat up in the wet soap, sort of on this sort of angle. So their untidy bottoms won't be visible. Alright, so there's a few little techniques for making native flowers with soap dough.